morning. We're out here bright and early working on the container. What are we doing today? Today we're going to be installing solar. Maybe. We're going to be trying to getting closer to this solar. Alright, that's what we're doing. Let's get at it. We were out here last night. Had my Jeep pulled up here. The Jeep. We broke down in town yesterday, but I was able to get it started. The starter went bad, so we flew in down to the border and got a new starter and installed it last night. We're changing a starter in the middle of the desert.
Oh my.
At dusk. Look at the moon.
The old song, When the Moon Comes Over the Mountain.
Well, I've changed a clutch in the desert. At least we got a little infrastructure now. I'm greasy. This Jeep is so greasy. We broke down today, so new starter. All right, almost got it.
And the flies are crazy.
Flies are eating me alive.
The flies are crazy.
I just had to shoo a rattlesnake off. You were supposed to be watching. At dusk. Took me 20 minutes. Maybe 25. Maybe 30. And then I was covered in grease from head to toe. That Jeep is leaking oil and it is a mess. And I think that's why the starter went bad. Like the rear main seal is leaking. Anyways, we're installing solar. Let's get to it. Well, we were trying different ways to figure out how we could hook these unistruts to the shipping container without drilling any holes from the top down. We didn't want to put any holes in the shipping container if we didn't have to, and so we came up with this little idea about using J-hooks. So basically what we did was we drilled into the side channel from underneath in the corrugated. There's no actual holes or way for water to intrude to the shipping container. So we drill these holes and then use the J-hook to go up and grab hold of the shipping container in this hole. We thought about ways to do it without drilling, but we figured that could kind of slide around. We wanted it locked really good, and we knew there was no way to do that with the J-hook. So we drilled the holes, hooked the J-hook up through the hole, and we used lap sealant to seal the hole so it wouldn't no water would get in there if the wind was blowing really hard. Of course, the water would just go inside the channel. I don't know if it would end up inside the container anyway, but we didn't want that to happen. So we used the lap sealant that's good for sidewalls, so it wouldn't run out. And that's how we ended up doing it, and I think it worked out really good. It's adjustable. We kind of measured where we needed the holes to be, where the brackets would work for the solar panels. You kind of got to calculate your own thing there. depending on what kind of brackets you use on your solar panels. We 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 actually made our own brackets out of flat bar. It's kind of, we had to cut flat bar. We had to go get different flat bar. We went around to like 5 different places getting different flat bar to mount the solar panels to and readjust. It was kind of a nightmare, but you could probably plan that a little bit better. You could probably get some of those commercial like Z brackets or whatever they're using now. But we went the cheap route and the DIY route. So that's what we did, and it worked out really good. They are adjustable. You know, you got a little bit of swivel from the J-hook, so you can kind of come an inch this way or an inch that way. Worked out pretty good, and I think it turned out really nice. It's good and sturdy. You got to be careful, you know, that it. We ended up jacking it up with little blocks. We ended up really not even having to do that in the end. I was originally thinking they were going to just sit on top of the channel, but then I realized they would be in between the channels, so the J-hook bolts would not hit underneath the solar panel. That was my concern, that the J-hook bolts were sitting up kind of high and would damage the solar panel. So that's why we put the spacers in. But I think it turned out really good. We may change it. It was kind of a temporary thing. We're not sure how long we're gonna have it like this. We may be making some changes on the solar shed. Eventually we want to put a roof over. Anyways, I think it worked out. Okay, way down there. So looks a lot of distance. I gotta have one of these boards. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna go as close as possible to there. Right. So like, I guess there. Like there maybe. Alright, so we're not going to get into this, but this is a unistrut nut. That's a unistrut. The nut slides in underneath. The bolt goes down. Alright, so this is a unistrut bolt. Nut. Sorry. This is a unistrut nut. This is a unistrut. So this goes underneath, slides in the channel, and locks in place like that. And then you can bolt your solar panel to it, and you don't have to hold a nut. And it's all pretty good. It's a good way to build stuff. It's used in electrical work. They use it to hang conduit from rafters and whatnot, walls and stuff. Alright, that's what we're doing. That's how this all works. just a little information. Okay, so there's our setup. And I gotta get busy. Okay, so I got 5 of them drilled and done. And got one side to do on one end to do on the other side. And I'll be done. But it is 8:30 and the sun on the other side is devastating. And it's fixing to be right here as you see it about to peek over. Right there. I tell you, it's tough out here in the desert. That sun is relentless. So we unbolted the panels from the solar shed, the casita, tiny cabin, because we had them mounted on the wall. And we had to do that in the dark at night when there wasn't any load, because we didn't have a switch on that set of panels. So the next morning we drug them up the hill on the trailer and tried to figure out how we could get them up on the top of the container. Fun stuff. Action.
Nice workshop you have.
Oh, yeah, thank you. I built it myself.
Wow.
My own 2 hands.
Did a nice job.
Yeah, I found all the wood out in the desert.
Wow.
Yeah. I was out riding on a horse with no name.
Oh, that was you. I saw somebody out there like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hopefully I don't burn it down.
Wow.
Right? Yeah, it's hot.
Why is that? Okay, that's neat.
Why is what?
I just noticed how that thing lights up.
That thing?
The tool.
The tool?
Yeah, when you turn on.
Oh,
see
yeah,
how
it's
it
got
lights
a
up,
light.
and even the bottom of it lights up.
Oh, it's got a light on it. It's a nice tool. This Ryobi little cutoff tool is freaking
We got
awesome.
that one for $29 or something.
$29 at the tool place. Okay, you're on fire.
Probably cut the doorway with that.
We could. You're on fire duty. Okay, so.
Yes, I got the fire extinguisher right there.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, watching for fires. I'm going to work. I love Marv. He's on fire duty. So we had these little brackets on here, on these panels before, and they weren't quite heavy duty. They were just some little cheap brackets, but these are super heavy duty, and we needed them to be a little bit longer. So we're swapping these out. comes through there, leaves the lightning. Ah, okay, I get it. I get it. We're not looking at instructions, we're just doing it. That's some thick steel out there. I don't think we needed too much there for sure. I'm just going to use 2 screws, one there and one there. Yeah, because the wire's going to come out and go around it. So that should be alright.
What should be on the top?
Yeah, that's right.
Good.
Okay. The glue, the glue. Need the glue. I think that'll be all right.
I think so.
Shouldn't leak. Fold it down. Alright, so we're wiring this thing up. Ignore the generator. Good morning. It's a beautiful day out here today in the high desert. 5,000 feet elevation. We're back working on the solar panels today. And it's just beautiful. How can it go from 110 degrees, almost 100, it was over 100 degrees, to 60 something. There's a chill in the air. But I know that's not gonna last for very long. So we had to make a trip into town yesterday, and on the way back we got into a dust storm, a haboob. And we had put all the solar panels, just set them up on the container before we left. Well, there wasn't a storm anywhere. Well, guess what? Storms came. We had to rush back. I had to jump up on the roof, strap down the panels any way I could. 3 panels were up there that weren't bolted down. So I strapped them down and with some halfway bolts and different stuff, and so I got those up there. The haboob came, and luckily it kind of went on the other side of that mountain and missed us. It knocked down power lines. That's how strong the winds were. It knocked out power lines. That's crazy. For not even a real haboob. Well, it was real. I saw it. All right, I might have some video clips of it. We'll stick that in here. Got everything wired up, ready to go. Just got to get up there and reconfigure those panels, bolt them down properly. And we're gonna hook that baby up. The birds are going crazy. And I gotta get busy. Let's get to work. It all wired. Just got to put the cover on it. Finish doing how I'm gonna do it. This is just temporary. It is what it is. I wanted to get it going today. It's gonna be 103 degrees for the whole week. Today's Monday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I think 6 or 7 days. So we got 6 panels running, so we can run the mini split. Not have any problem. 2,500 watts. So if we get 2,000 watts at any given point during the day, I'll be happy. 2,200 would be nice. All right, let's button her up. Appreciate you coming along for the journey. Another episode in the books. Thanks for watching. With this, but we're just kind of getting it buttoned up for the day in case we have another haboob like we had yesterday.
That was something else.
We're gonna go back and see what kind of watts we got. Alright, so here it is at 11:48 and we're at 94%. We're getting 2,300 watts in and we're using 850 watts. That's the TV, the refrigerator, and the air conditioner running. And 100-degree heat. I'd say it's working.